In the loud world of modern basketball, where highlight reels and social media often dominate the narrative, some athletes find a different lane. A quieter one. A deeper one. They don't scream for attention. They earn respect through consistency, toughness, and excellence that runs deeper than flash. Lexie Hull is one of those athletes. She's not the loudest on the floor. She doesn't need to be. Her game speaks in a different voice, measured, mature, and relentless. Whether she's diving for a loose ball, locking up a top scorer, or calmly sinking a corner three, Lexie brings the same energy, a fire that never flickers, a motor that never quits, and a focus that never breaks. From the outside, her journey may look clean, a high school phenom, a Stanford graduate, a top WNBA draft pick. But behind every accolade is a story of grit, sacrifice, and constant evolution. Because Lexie Hull was never just born to play basketball. She chose to pursue it with purpose, with passion, and with an integrity that has become her signature. She was born on September 13, 1999, in Liberty Lake, Washington, a small town where basketball wasn't a trend but a tradition. From a young age, she shared the court with her twin sister, Lacey. Together, they became an inseparable duo, one that would not only dominate youth and high school basketball, but eventually rewrite records and raise banners at Stanford. But long before the college scholarships, the Hull sisters were sharpening their skills in gyms late at night, pushing each other in drills, and building an unbreakable competitive spirit. At Central Valley High School, Lexie didn't just stand out, she owned the stage. A McDonald's All-American and Gatorade Player of the Year in Washington, she led her team to multiple state titles, often making it look effortless. But behind every steal, every basket, was a student of the game. Lexie wasn't chasing stats, she was chasing mastery. She wanted to be better every day. And she was. When Stanford came calling, it felt like destiny. A school known for excellence, on the court and in the classroom, was a perfect match for an athlete who understood the value of balance. Lexie, alongside Lacey, joined Tara Vanderveer's legendary program, not just as players, but as future leaders. At Stanford, Lexie Hull grew from a promising freshman into an irreplaceable senior. Each year, she evolved, not just in skill but in impact. As a guard, she brought a rare two-way excellence. Offensively, she could shoot the three, attack the rim, and finish in transition. Defensively, she was a nightmare, tenacious, disciplined, and always in the right place at the right time. But what truly separated Lexie wasn't athleticism. It was intelligence. She read the game like a book. She saw screens before they came. She anticipated passes, knew the scout, knew her teammates, and played with a mental clarity that made her a coach's dream. Tara Vanderveer often called her one of the hardest-working and most prepared players she had ever coached, and coming from the winningest coach in NCAA history, that's not empty praise. The 2020-2021 season became her breakout. In a year disrupted by COVID and uncertainty, Stanford became a fortress of discipline. Lexie started every game, played major minutes, and delivered in clutch moments. The Cardinal went on a historic run, winning the 2021 NCAA National Championship. It was Stanford's first title in nearly 3 decades. And Lexie was a cornerstone of that team. Not just for her numbers, but for her poise. For her refusal to fade. For her presence. The following season, she doubled down, averaging career highs, being named All-Pac-12, and leading the team back to the Final Four. And along the way, she became a symbol of what Stanford basketball stands for: hard work, humility, and heart. When the 2022 WNBA draft arrived, the Indiana Fever made it official, selecting Lexie Hull with the 6th overall pick. It was a surprise to some. Critics questioned the pick. She heard the noise. But true to form, Lexie didn't respond with words. She responded with work. Her rookie season in Indiana wasn't about proving doubters wrong, it was about proving herself right. In a league filled with veterans, Olympians, and the best scorers on the planet, Lexie carved out her space with defense, hustle, and sheer competitiveness. She didn't back down from anyone. She didn't ask for an easy path. And by season's end, she had become a key rotational piece for a young Fever team in the process of rebuilding its identity. More than once, her teammates and coaches pointed to her attitude as a model. She was the first to the gym, the last to leave. She studied film obsessively. She embraced the dirty work. She picked up full court. She chased every rebound. And when her number was called to take a shot, she didn't hesitate. Because she was always ready. Off the court, Lexie Hull is equally remarkable. At Stanford, she earned both her bachelor's and master's degrees, graduating with a 4.0 GPA and earning academic honors all 4 years. She speaks with grace, carries herself with humility, and takes pride in giving back, whether through community service, mentoring, or simply being present for young fans who see in her a model of balance and strength. But don't mistake her quiet demeanor for softness. Lexie is fierce. Beneath the kind eyes and calm voice is a competitor with ice in her veins. She plays every possession like it matters, because to her, it does. She doesn't seek the spotlight, but when it finds her, she rises. Every game, every season, every challenge, Lexie Hull meets it with the same answer: let's go. Her second season in the WNBA saw her growth continue. She became more confident in her offense, more vocal in huddles, and more commanding in her role. She's not just developing, she's anchoring. In a league full of stars, she's becoming a pillar. A teammate others trust. A player coaches rely on. A competitor fans respect. And still, she remains grounded. In interviews, Lexie rarely talks about herself. She talks about her team. About learning. About getting better. There's no ego, just intent. She knows she's not a finished product. She embraces the process. And she brings her values with her: discipline, humility, and the belief that greatness is built quietly, brick by brick, minute by minute. That's the Lexie Hull legacy in the making. Not a player who lit up the scoreboard every night, but one who showed up. Every game, every practice, every rep. Not a name shouted in headlines, but one whispered in coaching meetings: we need her on the floor. Not the flashiest, but the fiercest. Because in today's basketball world, where so much is about appearance, Lexie Hull reminds us what matters: character, effort, and substance. And maybe that's her real superpower, not just her defense, or her shot, or her toughness, but the way she carries herself when no one's watching. Because champions aren't just born on big stages. They're built in quiet gyms, in study halls, in film rooms, in the moments where hard work meets belief. And Lexie Hull? She's been building something special all along. Thank you for joining us in honoring Lexie Hull, a player defined not by flash, but by focus. Not by noise, but by narrative. The kind you earn, step by step, when you do the right thing every day. If this tribute inspired you, if it reminded you that leadership doesn't always shout, that greatness can live in grit, then help us spread the message. Share it with someone who's grinding behind the scenes, chasing their dream the right way. Subscribe so you never miss a tribute like this, because true greatness doesn't fade. It grows. Until next time, work hard, stay humble, and play like every possession is your last. Because somewhere out there, another Lexie Hull is rising. And we'll be ready to tell her story too.